A British Member of Parliament last week brought her 3-month-old baby into the House of Commons and was criticized and rebuked for bringing a child with her. In America, we bail out corporations, and yet a woman who delivers a child has to go back to work the next day unless she has the luxury of enough savings to stay home for a while. There's no paid parental leave. Pete Buttigieg was mocked on Fox Television and other right-wing outlets for taking time with his adopted children. You know, if you designed a culture that, of which it could be truly said with no exaggeration, let's build a country that is anti-woman, anti-child, anti-family, anti-relationships, the United States of America would be it. No paid family leave, inadequate child care, women losing jobs by millions during COVID because there was no system to care for families. President Biden is a wonderful president, and one reason he is that he's making a priority out of caring for children with benefits to families that have never been seen before in U.S. history, and yet the so-called moderates in the Democratic Party teaming up with Republican anti-family, pro-business people are trying to make that temporary and phase it out after a year. I've written a book, Fall in Love, Have Children, Stay Put, Save the Planet, Be Happy. This book is for everyone who wants to put relationships ahead of consumerism and greed. For single people, non-binary people, gay people, black people, white people, whomever, married, unmarried, pair-bonded, single, who never want children and who want children and who already have children, grandparents, foster parents, anybody who is wise enough to know that caregiving, the receiving and giving of love, gives the greatest satisfaction in life. Hey, kids don't always make you happy. It's difficult being a parent. But in terms of joy, that deep welling sense of purpose in life, my life means something, nothing gives me more joy than the caregiving I've given to my youngest 3 grandchildren for the last 13 years. I don't mean I help out once in a while or take them for weekends. I mean every day. In fact, I cook a meal for my son and his wife Becky and their 3 children just about every day of the week and bring it up to them. They're within walking distance from my house. What a luxury. I pick up kids at school. The result is my daughter-in-law Becky has a wonderful career. My son John, who's been working from home since COVID, is able to cope because I do the school pickups. I just get up a little earlier to write. I wrote my book, Fall in Love, Have Children, Stay Put, Save the Planet, Be Happy, over a 6-year period, getting up at 3 in the morning and writing till about 8 o'clock when I would do the school run, take the kids to the local public school. There's no question, pushing 70 years old, that there's more behind me than ahead of me. And yet the only thing I have no regrets about is the time that I have invested in my family, in my friendships, and in the people I love most, some of whom have died now, and I'm so glad that while they were alive, we spent the time together. You know, the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life is to put too much emphasis on my career. The stupidest thing I ever did in my life was be a crass, domineering male coming out of an evangelical background where I was groomed to think that I'm in charge of women and children and supposed to be a disciplinarian. When I left all that behind, as I talk about in the book, my life blossomed. The greatest gift to our culture that feminism has given has not been to women yet, because women are still being persecuted in America. The misogyny of the anti-choice movement, the misogyny of right-wing Republicans beating up on women again and again and again. It's time that we really become a pro-family country, and I urge you, please, I beg you, buy my book. Please, give it as a gift to people. Parents that need encouragement, grandparents that need encouragement, single moms, legislators. You know, I'm about to interview Representative Ted Lieu from Congress again, the 3rd most senior Democrat in Congress, for the 2nd time. And I'll be asking Ted about how we can push forward the agenda for paid family leave and better childcare. Please dial into my In Conversation with Frank Schaeffer podcast. Please buy my book. Please join my fight and millions of Americans' fight to redesign our country in favor of human relationships. You know, the bottom line is not corporate profits and shareholder benefits. The bottom line is the quality of life. My book is about that. Please help me make my book a thing and buy that. I need the help. Thank you. My name is Frank Schaeffer.